What's up, guys? Robbie Ray's here. Going to do a quick video giving my, analysis of this skill tree at first look and discussing what I think the final optimal build will be. Now, again, I'm going to have no fucking idea as far as precisely what that build is going to be as of yet. I got to play with these characters a shitload before I can give you a final level 20 recommended optimal gold build. But for now, I want to give you my thoughts, my ideas, and based on my knowledge of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, which I was a huge junkie of, and this game, and set you on your way. And I want you guys to, again, if I miss anything, you know something I don't know, comment it so we can all come up with the optimal gold build together. Now, taking a look at this guy, he's got throw and energy drain. Throw is set up to detonate, basically. Energy drain is set up to detonate inherently, but there are evolutions where you can set them to prime. So, that's your bread and butter, right? Throwing an energy drain. I know that barricade can kind of be set up here to prime enemies, but this is a nade, guys. You're not always going to have this. There's a couple ways you can set up barricade, but, and while it is very cool to just kind of, one guy was commenting on the video, that he really liked running in with this, putting it down, and then detonating the enemies. But we're talking, where is it? Damage per second. Okay. It's not telling me the radius anywhere here. Especially nearby enemies. Okay, it doesn't tell you the radius. I hope that radius is big. If that radius is big, then this could be really good. If it's not very big, it could be iffy. Also, you're going to have to get very close with this guy, and throw and energy drain can be used from very far. So, and something needs to bite the bullet, right, guys? You can't just have every single point, every single thing maxed out. So you're going to have to decide what you don't want. You want to max out barricade, you're basically going to have to forego some tech armor, or forego some weapon drain, but probably tech armor if you want to be putting the most damage out as possible. So that is a problem with going for barricade. And since you can consistently throw an energy drain to get good combos off, I don't know, guys. And I know a lot of people like barricade. First of all, it's not my playstyle to use barricade. I'll say that outside. Remember, I'm not gonna, push my playstyle. I'm gonna tell you straight what I think the optimal build, the optimal way to play the guy is gonna be on all of these characters. Barricade, I'm not totally down with putting down a barricade and hunkering down. I'm more of a run and gun kind of guy, so I would enjoy this. But the problem is the capacity. It's like you're not going to be able to do this that often. At base, you're getting 2, then you can pick up another one here, then maybe 4. Until you get nade capacity gear, though, you can use this a couple times, and it could be pretty good. This could be good, guys. I don't know yet. We're going to have to test it out. But getting into throw, you got to go for radius. I mean, it's so good to just be able to hit multiple people. I know it's only 2.5 meters, but that is good. You could go damage force, but this power is not really about the damage force. It's just about, priming them. Because when you pick this evolution, which you kind of have to pick. It doesn't say anywhere on here. It just has a little symbol. If you look in the top left corner of it of duration, I'm going to take the thing away from it so you can see it. That means it becomes a detonator when you pick this. Not a detonator, a primer. So, it says that it just increases the duration, but it also primes them. So you do want to pick that so you can detonate it, obviously, with your, energy drain. Yeah, which sucks. Well, it doesn't really suck because this isn't that good. It's good, but not that good. Getting into this, you really kind of want this, guys. 30% combo detonations damage, 25% recharge speed. That's really nice. This would be good to launch 2 projectiles and prime 2 different people. But I don't know, guys. It's like, you could do it like that. And you could detonate multiple people versus just detonating one much harder and having a little bit better recharge speed. I might actually go for that because your energy drain will be detonated. Well, let's see, because let's get down to that. That's the other problem, guys. Looking at energy drain, remember, this has no radius inherently. You got to spec for some radius. Here I'm going to pick up some recharge, and I do recommend that over this probably. Because it's not about getting as much shields back as possible. It's not about doing as much damage as possible with this power. It's about priming them and getting your shield back as often as possible, in my opinion. Over here, this is so good. 8 meter impact radius. But we can't pick this up if we want this power to prime. That's the bullshit. What you could do is pick this up here and then pick this up here, and then just use energy drain as a detonator and not as a primer. So you'll be throwing and then energy draining, which is kind of strange because energy drain would be a really good setter upper power because you can obviously take away some of the enemy's shields before you do your combo, which is nice, you know, before you throw. It's obviously always going to be better to throw a target that has no shield or has a low shield. But yeah, if you want to have the maximum number of explosions, you got to go for this, which means you're not going to get any radius. This is going to hit one target and hit one target hard, which does kind of suck. It really may be worth it to just get this and forego this power being a setup power, a combo setup power for a tech burst. It may be best to just kind of pick this and prime the enemies, you know. But we'll see. Damage, and this is really good here. This is really good too, but to be honest, this power needs this damage to just get going. So that is my opinion. Get at first glance, you know. So it's tough, guys. That's such a big radius, you know. And you'll get more shields per target. You'll be able to detonate. You'll be able to detonate all of the people that got thrown, but you're only going to throw 2 people, so it's up in the air, guys. It really is at this point. What I will say is when you're looking at throw and energy drain, don't be too concerned, at least with throw, about the damage and force and that kind of thing. Just focus more on getting combos off as fast as possible. The thing is, if you skip the energy drain evolution to prime and you get this radius, you could set up tech burst in another way by picking this here. You see what I'm saying? You could set up, this could be your tech bursting power, and this could be, you know, your biotic explosion power, and energy drain could just be your detonator. You know what I mean? You could still detonate this, but my point is that you could still get tech burst even if you don't get this evolution because you could pick it up with the barricade. But you're going to have to run right up to the enemies and make this work, you know. Could be cool. This is something I'm really going to have to test out a bunch, guys. The passives look really good. Obviously, I'd go for power damage probably. I'd go for the... obviously, I'd go for this if I went for it. And here, you know... all power recharge speeds, +1 to all powers. Honestly, these passives aren't looking super, super goddamn good. You may want to spec completely out of weapon draining, or at least a lot, and just max out these 3 powers here. I would get this rank get 10%. You know, I mean, this is nice too, but starting here, it starts to get very, like, not worth it. This is good, obviously, but you got to go all the way to get this. And it's only 50% on your recharge speed, 50% on your power damage, and the power, it's nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but... you know, what are you going to do? You got to lose something. Tech armor, you could. This power is probably what's going to have to bite a lot of the bullet. You're probably not going to be able to put many points into this if you're going for the barricade. And rightfully so. You got to kind of pick your battle. Do you want to rather have a good shield you can put down at any time, or do you want to just be tankier in general? And all the while, remember, you are energy drained to get your shield back. So that is great. You know, so you get tankiness from that inherently. Very up in the air at this point, guys. Very up in the air at this point. I'm going to have to play the shit out of this guy to come up with what really works. Basically, there's no 2 ways around it. We got to test out the barricade build on gold, and we also got to test out the build without barricade on gold and see how it goes. And we also probably got to test out some variations of throw and energy drain. So I got to get I'm going to have to get the reset powers handy, and please give me your feedback, guys, so I can compile everything. But I will, in short time, come to you with the gold gameplay with this guy and the optimal gold build. So stay tuned for that and keep your opinions, you know, keep giving your opinions. This is just the first impressions and looking at these skill trees. I need to test the shit out of this guy. And I will come back to you with the optimal gold build and gold gameplay. But for now, again, let's discuss in the comments. Let's compile our information. And yeah, if you did enjoy this and you want to see the final build, be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to see more Andromeda content in general and you want to help the channel out. You guys have a great day.